Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office and local environmental groups both asking for specific information as soon as possible.
News Channel 3 senior reporter John Palmentary joins us live. And John, this could lead to criminal or civil charges and fines.
And before we get to that, let's just take a look at what it's like this afternoon, because as you know, we started here on Tuesday afternoon with a large spill over a small area, Refugio State Beach, and as you see, more white sand and cleaned up rocks, and that's a good sign. But we certainly have a larger footprint and a little bit less oil in the water. Now, when it comes to some kind of penalties, fines, or legal action, if this was a criminal act, there is certainly laws in the books to deal with that. If it was an accident or some other kind of event that caused this situation to happen with this oil pipeline, there will certainly be penalties down the road either way.
This is pretty much the worst thing that we could imagine happening. It's a nightmare, and it's devastating.
The Channelkeeper Environmental Group in Santa Barbara is on the scene of the Refugio Beach oil spill, taking samples in the ocean and documenting what happened and when.
We know from other waterkeepers' experiences with other oil spills that what they tell you the volume and the slick isn't always the case.
Public information requests are going to be made to several agencies for details on the Plains All-American Pipeline Company, its maintenance records, its response to this spill, and accurate data on oil flowing from the pipeline. The group also wants to know who responded and when, and what cleanup plan was laid out. The U.S. Attorney's Office is also here, working closely with the Santa Barbara County District Attorney.
We're telling people what we want done, and it's being done.
District Attorney Joyce Dudley has already seen the environmental damage firsthand.
And I watched a pelican that couldn't get off the sand, and it was heartbreaking. There are animals that have suffered and animals that will suffer. There is the environment, the air pollution, the water, all of that. And we in Santa Barbara take all that very seriously.
We've got marine protected areas to the east and west of here, and those we've worked so hard to put those in place to protect the amazing marine life that we have offshore.
The district attorney says she wants a unified law enforcement investigation with local, state, and federal investigators side by side on collecting evidence and deciding on possible criminal or civil charges.
So I do feel it's the kind of investigation where we do have to keep the pedal to the metal to make sure that Santa Barbara County remains safe.
And this should not come as a surprise to the Plains All-American Pipeline. They have certainly been under investigation in other areas for pipeline incidents in recent years, and over $20 million in fines since 2006. But we must point out that the pipeline that's in place here did not have a bad track record at all and had no incidents. This was the first one, and that's why even the oil company really wants to find out why it broke, where it broke, and how much oil came out of it. Reporting live from Refugio State Beach this evening, John Palmentary, News Channel 3.
Okay, thank you, John. The oil spill